Greetings and welcome back to Switch2Linux. I gotta turn off that computer behind me. I think it turned on when I came upstairs. I usually just wait for the screensaver to go on. And the kitty ran away faster than I wanted to, but you know, anyway. Let's go ahead and talk about the introduction to KeePassXC. We will get into that here in a few moments. I'm just looking up something here. I was hoping the kitty would hang out a little bit longer so I could look something up. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking at a few extra questions on a system I had, and then... All right, we're done. How's everybody doing? What is it? It's a Wednesday, isn't it? All right, so hello there, Cosmic Engineer. Thank you for the correction on the thumbnail. I'm not sure if it's propagated yet, but I did update it. Alexander, greetings. Hello, gays. Gays? Guys? What? Anyway, hello, Alex. Mr. Rich, how's it going there? Yeah, cheers with the tea. I have me some mango peach today, and yes, I completely agree with Cosmic Engineer. Anything with any peachy tea is amazing. My favorite, I think, is ginger peach, which I do have some ginger peach. It's just this mango peach is probably expired about 4 or 5 years ago, so I'm trying to use it up. I didn't buy it. A friend of mine, so it's a funny story. A friend of mine was cleaning out the parents' house. Parents had to move in some assisted living, and they're like, hey, I found some tea. Would you like these? I'm like, sure, bring it on over. It doesn't taste very good. So I looked at the expiration date, and the expiration date was, I think it was 2001, maybe? It was old enough that this tea could drink. No, yeah, it was older than that. It was 90s, because it's old enough that this tea can drink. And so I'm like, yeah, that's kind of funny. So we gave it back to them so they had something. They were looking for food items for every year in the expired thing. And this one here was also given to me, although it only expired about 3 years ago. So I'm still drinking it. It still has a little bit of flavor left. Not much. Definitely, though, better than somebody gave me some pumpkin spice coffee yesterday. And I brewed some up today. Oh, I think it would have made me swear off a coffee. It was gross. Do people drink that stuff? I don't know. Maybe that was old or whatever else, but it literally tasted like someone took some random nutmeg and cinnamon and mixed it into a pot of water. It was disgusting. So, yeah, I had to dump that out and get some new real coffee today. Oh boy. How's everybody doing? Paul says, Bitwarden. We'll talk about that when we get there in a minute. All right. You know, I wish there were some good resources on doing everything in LibreOffice like there are in MS Office. Like what? What are you specifically looking at? Their tutorials are pretty extensive. Sean's just set up KeePass today. Very good. Bitwarden a couple days ago. In time. Hello, fellow Linux users. And greetings to you, Shadow Sly. Greetings from the beach. You're at the beach. Oh, man. Come on, man. The beach. That's awesome. Hello, Mitchell. Greetings to you. Whoa, you actually got a notification of the stream. This is shocking. I don't know how that happened. See someone using Star Labs laptop. No, it's actually just the Star Labs, the theme. The Star Labs Cinnamon theme. The downside of installing Cinnamon on Arch is it really doesn't have a lot of good theming with it. And this is something that I could deal with without getting old or boring. So I'm just have a Star Labs theme on my computer. Which, by the way, I was actually able to get that computer fixed. I was rummaging through some random stuff at Goodwill. I turned the corner, look at a shelf, and there's a power supply sitting on the shelf at Goodwill. I only imagine the pitch meeting at this. They're like, what is this thing? I don't know. It's got wires. Just throw a price tag on it and throw it on the shelf over there. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we have a lot of stuff on our shelves. I don't know what it is. All right. How much? I don't know. $5? Sure, $5. Got some wires. $5. Good. Throw it on the shelf. I turn the corner. Whoa! What's exactly it's looking for? It's a little bit older of a power supply. It does have power supplies for IDE drives in addition to SATA drives, but it had enough SATA drives that if I shifted the location of one of my hard drives, I could actually use the thing, and I was actually able to get the entire system back up and running in the old case. Booyah! Which is good because the redneck PC idea, I wanted to do it, but it wasn't going to work without doing more forcing than I wanted to, and freed myself back up, so now my my Arch computer is back where it was, so I can back up to Linux Mint if I need to, my Linux Mint KDE build if I need to. And the computer that I did have down there that I was running it off of temporarily, that will now be converted to my next Linux Mint computer for my main office work computer. So, you know, everything works out nicely. Don't underestimate rummaging through random things at Goodwill. You will definitely find the stuff that you might need. So that's what I did there. Let's see. Wow. Will I get to all these comments before we actually start? Let's see. If I don't tell a long story in between every comment, then I will. With tab layout, there's still a learning curve to LibreCalc. Yeah, I think there is some. It depends, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Obviously, Sally's a cat person. Yes, I have kitties. I got 2 kitties. The other kitty might still be back there. Nope, she ran away. I don't know where my kitties are. I have 2. One of them you will see a lot. The other one is very camera shy, and she rarely ever shows up. Every now and again, we have a double catter, but not typical. Servicing from me or just some help from Amsterdam area. Do you need help in or behind a VPN? Ah, there you go. All right. The cat has left the building. Yes. Keep hearing new Linux distros coming up all over the place. Yeah. No, Tails is not new. Tails is pretty old. Let's see. DJ Ware, White Chocolate. Hello to you folks. Janalda. Janada. Is it Janada? Did I get that right? Ooh, you love peppermint tea. Ooh, I actually, I just plucked some peppermint from the woods back behind my house the other day, so I'm drying real peppermint. It's going to be amazing. Additional client machine showing my under control account. All right. Okay. I love chocolate milk. Tasty. This is a brand new Linux distro. What? KeePassXC is a password manager. We're looking at that. Personally, have never really tried herbal teas. Tried chamomile once. I'm not right now. Black tea person still. I'm not a personal fan of chamomile. Some people love it. I'm not a huge fan of it. Which is sad because it's very easy to grow. But I'm just never been a fan of chamomile. In fact, when I get the chamomile teas, I have a friend that really likes chamomile. So when I get my herbal teas, I usually get an herbal tea variety pack. I just take all the chamomiles and give them to a friend because I don't really like them. Paul likes almond milk. All right. And greetings to you, Vince, by the way. Hello. Pass your key to no one. There you go. Hello, Joe. Greetings to you. How's it going there? Eyes are so blue. Yes. That might be somewhat due to my coloration, but really I'm just the... never mind. I was going to tell a joke, but it might be demonetization bait for YouTube, so never mind. Manjaro Cinnamon. Yes. Yeah, I'm running Arch Labs with Cinnamon. I have Cinnamon, Deepin, and GNOME on that computer. If I keep Arch for a while longer, I might throw KDE on there just for fun, you know. Got KeePass on everything there. Been using KeePass for years now. Need assistance. I don't know. Okay. A lot of electronic stuff right now. They're converting to clothing and households. Yeah. Yeah, they have. It depends on, I guess, which one you're at. Like, mine has a massive movie selection. I go there at least every other week to browse the movie collection, build my DVD collection up before they're completely impossible to find. Let's see. Still new to this Linux. Yeah, KeePassXC is actually cross-platform. So it's an open source cross-platform system. So you can use it on all of the different systems out there. Hello, Dan. Greetings. Vinyl records. Oh, vinyl records. Tons of those over there at Goodwill as well. 11 Linux. Yeah. Switch Linux mostly because I was constantly getting hacked. Yep, that'll do it. Peppermint tea. Yeah. Nope, nope. KeePass is not a Linux distro. Other cat once in like 18 months of watching. Yeah, you do not find the other cat very frequently. She does not like cameras. I don't know of anything in peppermint tea that would impact hormones in men. The only active ingredient, the only odd chemical in there is menthol, which has no interaction with hormones that I know of. But if you have an article or something, I'd love to read that. I have never encountered that studying herbology, natural medicines, nutrition, and toxicology. I've never heard of that, but it might just be something I've not heard of. Let me know, though. Back to work, you're listening. All right, I'll try and keep this place safe for work, but my channel generally always is. Like chamomile tea and white tea and rose tea. Yeah, those are all good. Asus Windows free. That's right. That's right. Chickens are great. They don't try and eat you, and they aren't moody unless they're broody. We are on pause and didn't realize it. Well, welcome to the show. All right. We're a Linux sister. Yeah, we want to look at it because Tails 4 moved from KeePassX to KeePassXC. And so I want to go ahead and have a look at it. All right, I am caught up on comments, so let's go ahead and dive on into our KeePassXC introduction. Let's go ahead and move over to our title screen, and I'm going to need this one next. And let me go ahead and get my virtual machine ready to go as well. So I will be back to comments when we're done with the first clip. So if you're watching and want to leave a comment, I will be hitting comments when we get finished with the recorded section. Let me give one more. Excuse me. All right. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, today we're going to have a brief introduction to KeePassXC. So having a brief look over their website, KeePassXC is a fork of KeePassX because they noted that some people noted that KeePassX had not really seen any real development. There were a lot of changes and edits pulled and nothing was ever really integrated in. And so some people said, it might be a little bit dead or just not really being used much. And so they forked it, produced KeePassXC, which is a cross-platform community edition local password manager. And that's important because things like LastPass, online password manager, never, ever, ever use an online password manager. Some people are talking about Bitwarden. Bitwarden has a local option and an online option, I believe. And I am absolutely not a fan of using a password manager online outside of very rare situations, and those would be very specific things you want to use in it. So you want to use something that is local, and KeePassXC, being as it's cross-platform, is going to be a good option. Now, if you're running something like Arch, Manjaro, things like that, you're going to find KeePassXC. You might still find KeePassX in your distro, depending on what you are. I don't think I have KeePass on this particular computer here, so I can't tell you exactly what's in my repo for Linux Mint 18.3, probably just KeePassX. But you can go ahead and download it on a variety of different builds. This is encrypted with 256 encryption. The default is 256 AES. There's other encryption methods if you do the advanced options, which we will look for. Of course, it is cross-platform and open source. So this one is the most up to date. There are also browser extensions that you can use for your different web browsers. I personally am not completely sure if I would do that. I want to know a little bit more about how that works behind the hood. Under the hood there. So it kind of depends. It might be something I wouldn't use. I'd want to learn a little bit more about it before I'd recommend that. But as far as keeping an offline password manager, that is something that is important to do. And so with that, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to boot up a virtual machine where I have this installed, and then we are going to go ahead and have a look at KeePassXC. Just giving myself a little bit of silence so I can find my things to edit. And we're going to be using the Manjaro that I built yesterday. All right, so here we are on a Manjaro Budgie desktop. This is an Arch-based system that I had in my virtual machines already, so that's why we're going to go ahead and use this one. So I've went ahead and installed KeePassX. If you do not already have it on your system and you're running anything Arch, like Manjaro, Arch, whatever else, you just want to go ahead and search for KeePass. Notice it's K-E-E. So here's our KeePass. And we have, I believe, KeePassXC. I think this is probably the older one. We're looking at KeePassXC, which is the new fork that is maintaining a lot of the newer development, has browser extensions and things like that. So just make sure that that is installed, and then we're going to go ahead and boot this guy up. All right, so let me go ahead and approximately center that. So here is our basic startup screen when we boot this up. So you can see here that we have options from to create a new database. We can open an existing database, or we can import from KeePass1 or import from a CSV. So like if you're on LastPass and you want to get off of those cloud password managers, which I would highly recommend because LastPass is a giant hacker target. You get into that one time, you can get into everybody's everything. Yay! And so get off of those cloud-based systems. Use something local and just make sure that you have your database backed up into your regular backups. So you can import in a CSV. Now, whatever the last database that you've used, it will automatically try to load that up when you start up KeePassXC, so you don't have to worry about constantly going and trying to open the database. But since we have not created a database, we're going to go ahead and do that. So you can see here we have new database, open it. There's recent databases, which is empty, merging, there's importing from different options, and then everything else is, we have a password generator, we have our settings. So here, start only a single instance of KeePassXC. So this is going to prevent me from having multiple things open. We can minimize the window at startup. Just other basic options as far as this. So you'll see here that this will clear the keyboard after a certain amount of time, or clear the clipboard after a certain amount of time. This is important because one of the downsides of some password managers that were problematic in the past is the last password you had saved on the clipboard until something else used it. So this is going to allow you to clear the clipboard. So you can choose how long it takes to clear it. So you can go ahead and choose whatever that happens to be. 10 seconds, I think, is just fine. You can lock the database after a certain amount of activity. So if you're just opening it up, that is, of course, disabled because some people might keep this open for the duration that they're using the computer. You can lock databases when the computer is locked or lid is closed. That is the default. And then you can also lock it after minimizing windows. Other things that are, there's some applications that some people may want to use for it, but they might be really annoying. So I really do like the defaults that they've given to us. Browser integration, you can enable or disable the browser integration. So you will need to get the individual extensions for it. So one for Firefox, and then Chrome, Chromium, Vivaldi, Brave will all use one. And then you can choose specifically which browsers you are going to be able to integrate with. All right, we have an SSH agent and key share. So for sharing keys. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll close out our settings and we will go ahead and create a new database. So database name, you can do something like passwords, or, I mean, if you're going to use a name like passwords, why don't we just use obvious file to hack? I mean, makes about as much sense. In other words, I'm tongue-in-cheeking way of saying, maybe put this as something that's not quite as obvious password, or, you know, something that looks like, you know, certainly you also don't want to use financial data, you know, use something that you know what it is. You know, I'm going to call mine stuff. All right, we're not going to go ahead and give it a description right now. So now we want to decide where to save it. Actually, that's kind of the last. So decryption time. This is how long it's going to take to decrypt your system. So you can say up to 5 seconds. You click to decrypt the system. It's going to take 5 seconds. What this is doing is it's going to make the thing a little bit more secure. So let's go ahead and pick 2 seconds. And then database format, I'm not sure what the two differences of these are. Just use the 4.0 unless you have a reason to use something else. So here's our more advanced settings. Again, we have a few different options for encryption algorithms, a few different key durations, all these different things as well. So with that, we're going to go ahead and continue. And now we want to enter our password. So we're going to enter a super secret password that is definitely not master pass. Make sure that yours is definitely better. So the idea is you remember one password instead of other options. You can add additional types of protection here. So you can do a key file for extra security. And if you have a YubiKey, you can use a YubiKey for this as well. So we're not going to add any of those, but just showing you that those options are available. Go ahead and hit done. And then it's going to have us save the file somewhere. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to save it, and I'm actually going to save it in a hidden folder, just so that if somebody casually has access to it, they're not going to find this file here. So let's go ahead and, why did it not change my file name? We're going to go ahead and call this stuff. All right, so we're going to save that. All right, so now we have saved this. Now, the reason I did the hidden folder is because if you happen to just have your basic home directory here, somebody gets in here and accesses this, they might be looking for this file, they can't get to it. Now, of course, a sophisticated person will come over here and they'll actually see that, oh, there's a hidden thing with a hidden.kdbx. That becomes the obvious target, but it provides just a little bit of extra obscurity from the people who may not be the experts to keep your system safe. All right, so now we have our new instance here and we are empty. So with this, you might want to organize things. Maybe you have emails, maybe you have websites, you have banks, you have whatever the variety of things happens to be, you can actually create new folders. So you can see under groups, we can edit groups or we can have new groups. So our first group is called root. So if we don't want to have one called root, you can do, you know, whatever you want to do. Let's just call this master. So we have our master list. We have an icon list, so we can choose from our various icons. Let's go ahead and pick the penguin because this is Linux. All right. So let's see. Other options we have. Created, all these different options there as well. Let's go ahead and apply this. Click OK. So now we have a penguin called master. Come down and add a new group. So maybe we'll call this one emails. Let's call this email addresses. And let's find a address here, something that would be good for emails. That one looks beautiful. We can create another group. So let's do websites. Website addresses. Let's do website accounts. And let's see, this looks, let's do the world for that. All right. We can drag that around. I did not want that under emails. Make sure it's on the top listing wherever you want. This will kind of nest down as many nests as you really want. And we'll do one more. Let's just call that thanks, Mamula. I probably spelled that wrong, but I'm a very bad speller, so why not, right? All right, so now we have a major master system, and we have 3 different categories. So one for email addresses, one for websites, one for banks. You can go ahead and create whatever you want to use. So now to create a new one, we can just go ahead and hit a new entry over here. Of course, you do have the open options. We have the save options. Let's go ahead and just create a new entry, which you can do here, or a new entry right here in the menu. So we'll call this my non-Gmail. There you go. It's my non-Gmail because Gmail is not recommended around here. All right, so let's just give it our username. So we'll call it my email at non-gmail.com and then give it a password. So we have the option here to generate a password. I got to remember exactly where it is. It's under Tools, Password Generator. So if you're creating an account right now, you can go ahead and choose how long you want it. You can choose the types of characters to use, things like that. And then it's just going to go ahead and give you whatever it happens to be. So let's say, all right, we'll copy that one and use that password and then go ahead and use it again. So you can use this I button here to see what that password actually is. You can go ahead and keep it there, and let's just call our website at non-gmail.com. You can set an expiration to the password. So if you are using this at some account that requires you to change your password every few months, you can go ahead and choose that. And then any notes, my basic email account. All right, so click your OK button. And now when we navigate to our emails, we'll see here that I have my username. We have my password, which I can click this button to view it. I have the URL and the expiration. Here's the notes. And then if I want to actually grab this password, I can come up here, copy the username to the clipboard, copy the password to the clipboard. I can copy the URL to the clipboard. And let's see, there's the password generator. There's the locking the database. So let's go ahead here and copy the username to the clipboard. Let's just go ahead and show you what this is going to do. So now we'll go ahead and paste it, and it just goes ahead and pastes our system there. So we can do the same to say, all right, we got our username in there. Let's grab our password. Now, since we have this set for 10 seconds before it clears the password, let's go ahead and give it its 10 seconds time. Has this been about 10 seconds? I don't know. Let me take a little bit of sip of tea, and then we'll try that again. Okay, so now I'm trying to paste it, and it will not paste because it has cleared itself from the clipboard. So it has cleared itself. Now, I'm not sure what this is going to do. There's tools on like KDE, for example, that keep a record of the past clipboard. I'm not sure if this is going to keep a record of those in the past clipboard. That might be something to test out. I have not looked at that option before, but it's definitely something you can do. Of course, you can just double click on things and make any adjustments and edits to it that you would like. You can change the major icons to each individual account if you want to do that. But with all that, background colors, it's all the different settings that you have. So there's how we can create a database. We can add a new item. We can arrange things by groups. You can change your icons around. Overall, a tool like this is very simple to use, and I would highly, highly recommend using a on-site, a local site. And then what you're going to want to do is make sure that this thing is in your backup. So in other words, when you're going to make your backups, you just want to make sure you come over here and just grab your database file. So if I were to lose my database, my hard drive crashes, whatever else, I can come over here and say, all right, well, I got my old thing here. Let's just go ahead and keep this guy back here. Let's go ahead and we can save database as. All right, we're just going to go ahead and close it. And now we're going to say, oh, our file was corrupted. All right, so our file was corrupted. When we go back on to reinstall, reload KeePass, it's going to give us an error that we cannot access this. So we can just go ahead now and open a new database. And now we can find where our database was. I put it in my documents. Now it wants a password. So let's just call our password up. Hit enter, and now we have our password manager. So all you need to do is keep that one encrypted file safe in your backup archives, and then you can pull that file back in. You can drop it right back wherever it needs to be in your system. So I dropped that into documents. Let's go ahead and cut it out of documents and drop it back into .stuff. And now it's like, oh, it cannot access the database anymore. That's okay. We'll just go ahead and close it. Reopen it back up. We could have just selected the open database as well. So let's go ahead, open the database. I thought I cut that out of there, but maybe I didn't. So now we're back to our stuff. That one's locked. This one's the one we're looking at now. So we've not lost anything. So just make sure that you have that local database file in your regular backups, and you will be safe from losing your databases. So there is a quick introduction to KeePass. Of course, we did not look at the browser integration as a functionality at this point in time. If we really want to see that, maybe I'll consider doing a video on that in the future. But with that, let me know your thoughts on KeePassXC. Have you used these? What password managers are you using? And give me your master password in the comments down below. That's right. Thanks for coming along, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right, let me go ahead and shut this machine down, and then I will come back to the comments. I have one more topic for the night we'll get to. All right, let's see. Nord set up on the Windows. All right. Gaining access to system activity, or is it just malware? Yeah. Still running Windows 10 for programs, so not able to work on Linux very well. Most of my work gets done on Manjaro. All right. Yes, XC better than KeePassX. Can't remember why though. Yeah, I mean, so far, like I see the extra encryption standards, the YubiKeys is an awesome adjustment, and the browser extensions. I don't think those were in KeePassX, but yeah, that's definitely true. Anytime they'll gain access to drop malware payloads and stuff. Yeah. Trigger ransomware on reboot. Yeah. Happening through a Discord from an account I lost access to. Uh-oh. A single KeePassX master file synced across my computers. Password management done, including backups. Nice. What are you using to sync them, if you don't mind me asking? Hello, Thomas. How's it going there? CJ. Meow, CJ. I don't know where CJ is. I will tell CJ you said meow if you don't see him before we leave here. All right. Okay. ISP is Comcast, yeah. Like Budgie. Budgie is a great halfway point between Gnome 3 and Common Sense. Yeah, so it's deep in, that's right. All right. In fact, reset your wireless router. All right. On the router's admin page. All right, whatever I suggest, local hosted password managers always get shrugged off about how they don't want to go through all the effort. Well, you know, I don't want to go through all the effort of changing all my password when LastPass finally gets hacked into, which has occurred a couple times. Yeah, no one seems to care about their security. Nobody cares about their security until they're actually hacked, which is sad. Very sad. Where's Anna Rita? I don't know. Anna Rita, are you here yet? If you're here, I haven't seen your comment yet. Long and secure. Hackwords can crunch a script or a dictionary attack against routers and crack most basic passwords very quickly. Yeah. Oh, there's CJ, Thomas. CJ showed up. You want to come up and say hi to peoples? Peoples are asking about you. Come on. Come here. CJ! How you doing, Meow Mix? How you doing? All right, CJ is here. The star of the show has arrived. Yeah, be sure to connect everything back. That's true. I had to swap my modem never really worked well. I have a basic era surfboard. And so after some power flickers, it finally died out. So I went down and got another one. And I'm talking to the guy on Comcast to get the thing back up. He's like, man, everything seems to be working. Like, I don't know. I'm just not getting things. Oh, I unplugged the main feed to going into my switch. Yep, that'll do it. You got to plug those cables back into the modems or else you will not get good working internet. Just an FYI. So one of those is that, have you turned it off and turned it back on again? Right, Kitty? He was over there laughing at me. He's like, you moron, you didn't plug your cable back in, right? Right, yes. One password kind of guide. Please choose a password and not within the last 4 months. Idiot. Okay. Insert exclamation point at the end. That's right. Yep. Hello, Kyrie Holmes. Greetings, greetings. I'm not regretting moving from Windows to Linux, mostly because my hardware won't struggle to load anything anymore. Yep. Yeah, isn't it shocking how good of a computer you have to have on Windows to actually have it work right? Who should be using KeePassXC? I think anybody who wants to use a good local password manager. That's kind of my thought. Very long sentence like, CJ is a fat cat who likes treats. That's right. Then use the initials as the password. CJ is a fat cat likes treats. Yep, that's right. That likes treats. There goes. Like, did we miss a word in there? Okay. Been making changes to services since I don't want to be spied on. Yep. Do the same in Zorin OS 15. Let's see if I have a Zorin. I might still have a Zorin ISO laying around. Let's have a look. Oh, you know what? I cleared out ISOs the other day. I don't think I do. No. Is anyone running Zorin? You can check the manager, see if, like, either KeePass. You know what? I think as of Ubuntu 18.04, KeePassXC is in there. So I'm pretty sure you will find KeePassXC. If they don't have XC, they at least have KeePassX, and that's going to work very much the same way. Hey, I like writing my passwords on a piece of paper and putting it in a safe. This day and age, that's safer probably than some of the other things, but you know. You should keep the master password file synced across my computers and phone. Yep. Yeah, if you're just manually doing the changes. Security audit and lifting keyboard to find all the passwords and sticky notes. Well, I don't have any there, just to let y'all know. However, I think on the bottom of my Mac is the password into my Mac. I mean, there's really nothing on it, but it's not something that I use. It's just like in case I forget the password. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think one computer at one point in time, I'm not sure if I still have that computer, I actually put the password inside the case. So if I did actually genuinely forget it, it was a pain, but I could open up the case and get the password. I'm not sure I still have that in there or not. I'm not sure. I don't even remember what computer that was. Using an anti-rat program. Yeah, my friend made. Yeah. Copy the file, save it to each PC and phone. Yeah, okay. LastPass wants to save my vault as a web page and not CSV. Can I copy and paste it? I thought LastPass had a way to do that. Let's see what I can find. Oh, cat. The cat is typing on my keyboard for me while I'm trying to do stuff. All right. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you can, let's see, you can export your LastPass vault password, secure notes, etc. as a CSV or XML file, then print your data if you'd like to keep a copy for your own records. If you have set up vault identities, you can, even if LastPass has been uninstalled. Okay, how do I export data from there? All right, so Kitty, please stop typing on my keyboard for me. All right, there is how to export it on LastPass. What was the computer doing when I got itself hacked by a malicious program from a shady website I searched? Yeah. You know. Those guys apparently caught me doing bad stuff on my webcam while I was watching bad stuff on the internet. I mean, they keep on sending me those emails over and over and over. I mean, you'd think at some point in time they'd just go ahead and send those nasty pictures out to all my friends and family. I mean, you'd think, but, you know. Okay, whoa. YouTube, you need to fix the comment section still. All right. Hello, Rudy. Greetings. Thank you. Try Kaspersky or WebRoot. Okay. I think it sounded like he was having trouble getting it actually exported. But since I don't have a LastPass account and I've never looked at it, then I'm not sure. My mass password is Skybear is Wingit. KeePass 2 on Windows, which should also work with KeePassXC. Yes, I believe it probably should be. Oh, your mass password is *****. That's right. Key file instead of a password. Tackle your router first, though since they gained access, both tasks are critical. After doing extensive research on password managers, I found KeePassXC the best option. Awesome, very cool. Master password is social engineering attack vector. Masterword. Guess what's Toss's master password? Forget about it! Free file sync. Gotta manually sync, but I'd like to stay in control. Yes. Switch to Linux is your master password. All right. I think Anna is lurking. Uh-oh. Anna, are you lurking? Are you lurking, Anna? Hello, Bruce. Greetings. You're under the weather today. Well, I hope you get better. Cats myself, Monterey, and Mouse. All right. Rescued them when they were kittens. Aww. Right, buddy. Right. I'm old. I keep my passwords under the mattress. Oops, need to quit thinking out loud. That's right. That's right. Yeah, how do you... If the password's under the mattress, where's the money? Hello, Kyrie Holmes. I am doing well. How are you doing? About multiple computers. I have 7. Yeah, I mean, so if you have multiple computers, it's likely you have different computers for different tasks. I have, I don't know, like 7 or 8 or 9. I don't know how many computers I have. I actually have lost count. But not every password needs my password database, or not every computer needs my password database. So I have one work computer which only has work-based stuff on it. I don't need all of the other passwords on it. I have other ones that are kind of master and do have all the passwords. I have others that, like this computer, I save the few passwords that I have because they're not critically important just in the browser because I don't care. But for the most part, just decide what computers need what passwords and just make sure you have backups and ways to identify where they are. That's what I would do. What? KeePassXC compared to Bitwarden. I have not used Bitwarden. My understanding with Bitwarden is it has both cloud functionality and local functionality. I am against any cloud-based password manager, so having the good open source KeePass option, I'm not even sure there's a reason I would want to go with Bitwarden. If it has the capability of the online platform, I'm a little bit more leery about it. That's kind of my thought. But I don't know. I would also need to research more about Bitwarden before I make a final determination. Does sync work with Android? I don't know. I will have to look into that one. Bitwarden does. Bitwarden does have that capability. But I don't know. I thought I read something about it does, but I'm not completely sure. Let me look at... Okay. So FYI, if you're using the snap package, the YubiKey will not work. And let's see. Okay, so there's KeePass 2 Android, which is an APK for Android, and there is Strongbox, which is a very similar thing to that. So it looks like this application itself does not directly support that. All right, won't Ubuntu get hacked so often since it's very well known? Not likely, just because it's the way a Linux system is set up. It is harder to hack a Linux system. There's obviously security vulnerabilities, but they patch critical things very quickly. I wouldn't worry about Ubuntu getting hacked. Password stuck to your monitor. Saw my colleague doing that. Yeah, isn't it funny? You used to hide password list inside the Bible in the bookcase. Yeah, put money there too. No thief wants to steal a Bible. Ugh. I might read it. Save myself. All right. That's why it's the best place to hide money, things like that. Get yourself a Bible in there. Get a big King James Bible that's hollowed out for your bookshelf safe. That's a good way to go. Feature KeePassXC is it can lock your file after a set amount of time. Yes. I thought KeePassXC does have a Windows. Maybe it does not. Oh, it does. Yep. Yeah, there's an installed and a portable version for 64 and 32-bit Windows. There is a DMG for Mac, and you can actually get all the source code there as well. So, yeah, you can get Windows support for it as well. So I make a new password that is 4, and I write it in the back of the Bible under some layers of sticky notes. There you go. Running quite sluggishly on the stream. Maybe it's because it's using Firefox ESR. I don't know. You have cats on Discord? I bet it was CJ. CJ, did you recommend to somebody on this Discord? You were on Discord yesterday, weren't you? You were on Discord, weren't you? He's like, yeah, I was. That was me, man. Toss, I think, Caddy Trunk. I think Toss's master passwords, forget about it. What do you guys think? Is Toss's master password forget about it, or is Toss's master password the Caddy Trunk? Then the site itself, it sounded like it was from the application, but I don't know. The one who's lost count of his computers. Yeah, no, I've lost count. So I got this one, I got the Arch, I got the Windows back there. I do have the Windows 8 Surface 1 down there that I haven't touched since I published the last book because, you know, I don't really care to use it much. I should probably at least charge it up or something. Make sure it stays alive. I got the writing computer downstairs. I have the Raspberry Pi, which counts. And of course, I do have that new Omniplex that I'm going to use for the work computer. And of course, do you count my pfSense router and my NAS? That's 2 more in the hallway. So, you know. Passwords on your cash and keep it under the mattress. Both problems solved until you spend the cash or get robbed. One of the two. Password just stored on a text file. Yeah, that's a little bit more dangerous. Like, if you're going to store it on a basic file, at least store it on a password-protected file or something. But even that's super easy to crack, so. Let's see. KeePass Droid on my phone. Files are compatible with KeePassXC. Okay, so KeePass Droid compatible with KeePassXC. Very good. Use Strongbox on iOS. It's all right. Getting off iOS eventually. Maybe get a good old BlackBerry. There you go. Told Linux systems are more targeted for botnets because they are in everything from servers. This be true. Should I be afraid with being on Mint? Now, what's oftentimes targeted is network servers, which Mint by default, most Linux desktop computers by default do not have a web server running on them. Usually that's what's targeted, and usually those are also patched very well, very quickly. Snaps, what do you think of the new app outlet store that ships Snaps app images and flat packs? I've not seen it. I'll have to look into it. Bibles aren't safe from potheads. Oh, this is true, but potheads are usually not robbing your house. They're just too laid back to rob your house. Should we go rob that house today, man? Nah, let's just make some more brownies, yo. Alright. You know. It's the crackhead who needs more money that's going to be robbing your house. You know. Smaller stash that's more conspicuous. The thief will take the smaller stash and run, thinking you got all you had. Yep. That's why if I had a professor that was in, wasn't Toronto. What's the bigger Canadian city more north of Toronto? But he was up there for for grad school or whatever. He said the crime up there when he was there was so bad they used to carry mug money with them. You keep most of your money in one place and you keep $20 in your wallet. When you get mugged, you hand over the contents of your wallet, which is $20, and it saves you from getting stabbed that night. So, you know, Montreal, that's where he was. Okay. I believe, I believe you can't get the Manjaro Deep in Community Build anymore. So if you want Manjaro Deep, and it's best to do it on Architect, I think. Forget about it. All right. Got to get Toss over here so we can ask him. Toss's password is Chromebook. No, I'd see it more as a forget about it. Passcode on my feed with my fingerprint. Oh. There you go. See it again? Oh. Oh, Uncle Guido could be it too. It could be Uncle Guido. Joke about keeping passwords in a text editor. I don't think it went through. I saw somebody talk about keeping files in a text editor. All right. FreeSync for computers. For phone, is manually pull the files from the computer. Yeah, I kept mug money when traveling through Asia. Yeah. What do you think, kitty? What do you think? Huh? You being cute? All right. Kitty's down here. It's like, I'm chilling, you. Yeah, my cat is chilling. Oh, yeah, look at that. See, you know Shady. You know Shady. Shady's like, yeah, the cat's chilling. Right when I said the cat's chilling. All right. Let's go and drink some more coffee, and then I have another, actually, it's more tea, and then I have another topic, just a brief one. I'll go ahead and record it. I may or may not actually release it as a standalone, but let me go ahead and transfer my titles over. Desky Toppy. Hey, kitty, please stay away from... Don't throw my monitor off of the screen. That would be not cool, man. Dude, kitty, back up. Wow. It's time to clean my desktop off. When I can't find my file to transport it, it is definitely time to clean my system off. All right. Did I call you Shady? I must have called you Shady. My apologies. Shadow. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. Shadow Sly. Shady. I don't know why. Yeah, I think I did call you Shady. I'm sorry. My apologies. All right. Let's go ahead and dive on over to this fun topic, shall we? Hello, Gnostic. Greetings. Welcome back to Switch2Linux. Well, you know, we every now and again beat up on some of the stupidity that YouTube's doing. There's plenty of that, you know. Crazy demonetization. How about the forcing of the studio beta? Nothing makes my eyes bleed more. And you can't turn it off. You can't turn it off. But since I want to criticize YouTube, I have to absolutely give a shout outs when they do stuff right. And this was a cool article. So this is actually something that first hit a few weeks back, because what was happening is some people like to abuse the copyright system. And they're like, yeah, that's my copyright. That's my copyright. That's my copyright. And then they'll try and hit channels with multiple different copyright strikes and then basically extort them money between $150 and $300 to not file a third one. So YouTube got plenty of complaints looking at this, seeing all of these extortion type emails, and YouTube said, you know what? We're going to sue you for abusing our copyright system. And this only kind of first broke not even a month ago, leads me to kind of believe that this guy's like, there's a giant 900-pound gorilla coming after me now because I'm a little stupid. It's probably better to back off. And so basically what he was trying to do is extort payments of up to $300 to individual creators, doing it hundreds of times. So YouTube comes after him. And so the Nebraska man has agreed to pay $25,000 for abusing YouTube's takedown systems under the Digital Millennium Copyright Acts. YouTube said in an emailed statement Tuesday, man Christopher Brady also signed a public apology admitting to falsely claiming that material uploaded by YouTube users infringed my copyrights. In reality, he didn't have any legitimate copyright claim to the material, and YouTube charged in an August lawsuit. So it's a couple months old. YouTube said Brady targeted at least 3 well-known Minecraft streamers with a series of takedown requests. Of course, these were all fraudulent, and then when they would do 2, they would risk having a channel shut down, and then they'd try and do a 3rd and say, hey, I'm going to do this, but if you pay me, $150, $300, I won't, which is the full legal definition of extortion. And so basically, after enough complaints, YouTube comes after him and says, you know what we're going to do? Oh, and by the way, part of this, when you file out a copyright claim, you have to basically give your information to that. And so this guy was allegedly using that information to swat those people. This is why, guys, if you're creating a YouTube channel and you're doing ad revenues and things, put it under an LLC. Because when you put it under an LLC and they say, what's your address? Guess what, guys? My LLC has a private address. I can give you my address, and then I would like to see you go and swat the corporate files downtown Philadelphia, right across the street from the police department. It ain't going to happen, and I ain't there. But that is my legal address for this channel and my other stuff because I operate all this under my publishing LLC. All right, so just an FYI, you need to make sure that you are keeping yourself protected in those areas. But allegedly, although they didn't actually identify any solid evidence, so Brady apology acknowledges sending dozens of bogus takedown requests, suggesting he sent out many more than the original notices in the August lawsuit. The settlement highlights the very real consequences of those who misuse it. So, of course, YouTube has said, they don't really need the $25,000, but it's just basically to discipline somebody abusing their system. So YouTube is going to be donating that $25,000 to a charity. I would like to see them turn around and maybe pay some of that money out to the individual creators that were targeted, specifically if they actually paid the extortion fees, if they had not been made right for those extortion fees. It would be very nice if they did that. I'm not sure if they are going to, but they have said that all that $25,000 that they get is going to go to a charity. And that's very good. So I see this story. This is YouTube taking care of its creators, saying we are going to pursue people who abuse our copyright systems. So the bottom line is, if you are a YouTuber under these types of things, to report it to them, make it known, because if enough people do this, they're going to go after the individual people abusing their systems. So with that, kudos to you, YouTube. This is good. Get this guy shut down. And then probably now that this has occurred, it's very distinctly possible that other people might think twice before abusing the system. Especially there's other guys that are kind of professionally battle these guys, like Thunderfoot is one that comes to mind. Not particularly a fan of his content, don't really care for it, but some people have attempted to battle him, and he has won every single one of them bad. So just keep that in mind. So with that, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. All right, let's see. Joke was a password manager being unencrypted plain text file on a desktop Windows computer. Labeled something inconspicuous like adult links. I like the one guy that trolls the scammers, and he had a thing on his folder that was like financial data, and it was, he's talking to an Indian scammer. It's a bunch of cows. I think a bit worn by default for the new user. Thankfully, this stuff needs control in encrypted form. Be everyone's centralized go-to for when video boot 2 makes it impossible to create content. I think the biggest alternative is BitChute right now. Yeah, YouTube Beta Studio is a steaming pile of horse manure. Yeah, I can't swear here. Sorry, man. Free to ask questions. Yep. Invincible, any creature, and myth creature Morphar. You love cats. Awesome. I love cats too. I will call my cat in a few minutes. My cat is using the litter box that I can hear. And I know it's CJ because my other cat is such a bum. She doesn't mess around in the litter box. She goes and poops on top of it and just walks away. Like, cat, could you at least cover that once? But CJ knows how to use... CJ is a gentleman. He does his business, and then he thoroughly mixes everything together, which is awesome. So, you know. He's still mixing around. I think he's just playing in the sandbox in there. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's still stirring it around. The invincible creature is on Kubuntu. That is such a long name. I might actually call you several species of small furry creatures gathered together in a cave and grooving with a pick. I mean, I might just do that because that name is ridiculously long. Let's see. YouTube take after larger copyright trolls. Yeah, they do need to shut down Orchard Music. They need to shut down a lot of other ones. May have autism, but I'm not stupid. Really up late at night. Yeah. Please review Kubuntu. I think I've looked at it before. I'm not sure I've looked at it in a while, though. Maybe I should. CJ has overcome the puking. I'm not completely sure yet. He did about 48 hours without puking, and then I think he got too close to somewhere where he did throw up that it didn't have as thoroughly cleaned, and he threw up right again on that spot, which I'm thinking that might just be a, that stinks, blah, you know. And I think he threw up on the table over here. I think that was yesterday, but it's no longer every 12 to 15 hours. Now it's like a day or two in between. So far he seems to be okay. Are you feeling better now? Are you done? And I'm very sure it was hairballs. So I think possibly it's the cat food I had in there right now. I have noticed that when I'm using the type of cat food I had in there right now, he doesn't always throw up with it, but occasionally. And so actually I just emptied that one out, and I'm just using the hairball control stuff now, which seems to be solving the problem. But I have a sneaky suspicion when I refill it up with the old stuff, he's probably going to throw up again. But I don't know. We'll give it a try first. I don't know. Okay, Mel Gibson, greetings. Only stoners remember that Pink Floyd song. I know. Tom's a pod. No, actually I wasn't. That was my brother's job, you know. But yes, that is a Pink Floyd song. The actual title of the song is Several Species of Small Furry Animals Gathered Together in a Cave and Grooving with a Pict. It is on Umaguma. So, you know, I was a Pink Floyd expert. So, I have some really weird, obscure, rare Pink Floyd stuff, too. Oh, Churchill is budgie. Looks nice. Locked out for some reason. All right. Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. Come on. Whoa. You have to come up. Come on up. Come on up. We got kitty. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on, you're going to have to come up. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on up. You gotta jump. Burn them calories. Come on. Jump. Jump, kitty, jump. Jump, kitty, jump. He's being particularly lazy today. Come on. Come on. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Now we got some kitty. Now we got some kitty. No, there's nothing in my hand. There is nothing in my hand. It's all right here. Oh, you guys can't see that very well. Okay. There we go. Go on. All right. One more right here. And we got one more for you in front of this camera right here. Are they finger licking good? They are. They're finger licking good. Yeah, they're finger licking good, huh? No, that's all you get. Are you mooning people? Where's Anna Rita? There's a kitty butt. All right, let's see. Dog was having bad food allergies too. He's coughing up film and even some blood at one point. That's not good. Me, we don't need no education. Was that Floyd song used to be banned in... Oh, really? Was banned in South Africa? Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Like to hear the pencil joke? Never mind, it's pointless. Oh, ouch. Yeah. Yeah, he's lazy. Okay. To watch these food companies, the recalls are relatively frequent in certain brands. Yeah. $54 watching, only 10 likes. There's only 10 likes on this thing? Oh, man, that's not good. Oh, yeah, we do, Joe. We do need to do another hangout. Well, let me know when you're around. Actually, Joe, if you're around tomorrow, let me know. Well, we have our supporters hangout, but we can have you jump on, which is 7 o'clock Eastern time. If you're around, shoot me a message, and if I still have your email, maybe I'll shoot you back a link to it. What do we have? A desktop tied to a website that can forget my password and block me from logging on. Wait, what? Desktop tied to a website can forget my password and block me from logging on. Wait, what? I don't know. Not sure. All right, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I need to go down to the kitchen and make some caramel sauce before my creamer goes bad. And have me some ice cream and apples and caramel tonight. That sounds amazing. Yummies. But anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap this guy up. Yeah, we'll, let's see. I'll add a dislike to keep it real. There you go. Oh, don't worry. Somebody will come by and dislike it for you. It's all good. Joe, shoot me an email just in case I don't have it, and I'm gonna send you back an email. I think from my I will go ahead and do that. I'll send it back from the old throwaway Hotmail account. So just go ahead and ship me that, though, just to make sure I have it. On Debian Linux, Debian Edition, the desktop is run by a .org. Huh, I don't know. I don't know. All right, we will go ahead and do that. If the person who is just sent me an email about live streaming and does not have chat alternatives, I will look and see if I can get the Pigeon chat client back up. That's something I used to do a long time ago when I only had like 1,000 subscribers. Would you guys like it if we did a Pigeon chat for live stream type stuff as well? If I could pull that off, is that something that would be good? Let me know. I should still have passwords for that stuff laying around, so I'll go ahead and look into that again. But anyway, we'll go ahead and jump off here so I can go down to the kitchen and eat too much junk food, and because my homemade caramel syrup is just too amazing. So with that, thanks for coming along, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow for the supporters stream. Hope you enjoy switching to Linux.